Yo, yo, yo. Are we live or are we live? I think we are live. Oh yeah, we are live. Okay, good. So, live chat activated. Camera on. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Today's topic is going to be zines, street photography zines. So let me explain. Because there are going to be some changes coming to this format in the next weeks. First of all, for everyone who's new to this, who is here for the first time, every Sunday I edit photos that I took in this week, in the last week, and I show you the photos, I edit them, I archive them. I do this every Sunday, so I wanted to stream it so that you guys can watch me edit and say hi, complain about my videos, talk about new camera releases, whatever you want to do. But today we are going to do something different because I decided that I'm going to make multiple small zines, mostly for myself, but of course I will find ways to maybe sell them, because I got really frustrated, or I am really frustrated with the fact that I have so many photos and have never really printed them and made books or zines. I made this one book with Alex Munoz together in Japan, our road trip book, which was cool, but it was, a 4-day road trip. It's not... I'm proud of the work, but it's not like, I don't want to I don't want people to remember me for this work only. Okay? So, and I shared some zine ideas on my Instagram and got some good feedback. And the idea is that with zines, I don't have much pressure. I have this one big book project. I talked about this a long time ago, and I still have made no progress because I have, I think it's called decision fatigue. Like you have to make some decisions, otherwise you won't progress. And with my, COVID pandemic diary kind of book that I wanted to make, which includes me moving out to the city, becoming a father and stuff like that. It's a very personal book, all black and white. I feel so overwhelmed by the decisions the decisions I have to make, like sequencing and how to tell the story. So I think as a practice, it's maybe a good idea to do some zines. I will check the chat here in a minute. Let me just complete my introduction. So, and I've picked up some zines from my shelf here, just randomly picked up some zines because just to get some ideas, and some are made very well, some are more like magazine style, some are completely self-made, like this one here, which a viewer of this channel sent me this zine, and I think he made this whole book, he did this book binding here by himself. It's cool, it's like, it feels self-made, but therefore it has character. Also this here is from my friend Chris Liskov-Sek, shout out. Haven't talked to him in a while, but he's also, or was, I don't know if he still is, but he is a fellow, or he was a fellow GR shooter. Beautiful self-made zine. It's yellow here, you can see it. Also a very personal zine. Him moving to New Zealand and, discovering the place and the people. So, I like it. I like this kind of work. And I also want to make small zines because it's better to have something published than have photos on the hard drive, Here's another one from Sam Ferris. He included this in one of his books. He just gifted me one of his older zines. And something like this is easy to make, easy to print, just a few pages, just glued together, I think. And this I can easily do. I already have a printing house in Hamburg where I can do it. But shipping, of course, it takes a lot of work. So we will see. But I want to get into the habit of making some small books and zines before I make bigger zines, books. So, and today I want to edit some photos from New York, from my first trip to New York City, which was when I was doing the GR project episodes. I don't know if you remember, but that was a project I did in partnership with Rico. I basically pitched this idea to do this on my channel. They paid for my trips and to make the videos, but it was hosted on my channel, and I put so much effort into them, and I wanted to show how it's like to travel with a small camera, do some street photography, meet other photographers, have this amazing journey, all documented on this tiny camera. And because that's how I fell in love with the GR. And I thought I should make a little zine about it, because I visited 4 countries, 4 cities, and I have a bunch of photos. Also some photos I haven't shown in the video, like some photos of the other photographers I visited, and also on the airport, taking some snaps at the airport. So I want to make this kind of behind the scenes zine. So I'm re-editing some old photos now to work on this scene. That's the plan. So now it's time to see who's in the chat. Of course, Danny's here. Welcome, welcome. Klaus aus München is here. Puffin Guy is here. John Hughes is here. Big Mark. Big Mark sounded like Big Mac. Cool. Thanks, guys, for showing up, hanging out. Hopefully you have also something to do on the site. Maybe you can edit alongside me. And yeah, I'm going to show you just a little bit of what I took yesterday. Because, yeah, usually I edit photos that I took during the week. I have already edited them and saved them. Just to show you a small little sneak peek. I shared this photo on my Instagram story. But we had this event or festival at the harbor, because a new company is there's a new container ship basically in Hamburg at the harbor, and they made a whole event out of it. But yeah, I took some photos, brought my GRs with me. Also a little side story here, I had my GR3 fixed, the lens from the beginning. When I first got it from Rico, the GR3 Street Edition, it made this weird noise. Usually you hear the motor of the lens. That's totally normal. But in my case, my camera made this weird, almost sounded like a little fart. It's like a little sorry, but it was really like that. It sounded weird. But I thought maybe the images are not affected. I didn't think about it much. I didn't care too much. I kept using it. But now I had it fixed because it started to annoy me, and I thought maybe I should repair it. And then they gave me a whole new lens unit. They replaced the whole lens. And so I took these photos with my new lens basically. And suddenly the images are so sharp, extremely sharp. Now these are only screenshots here, so I can't zoom in, but crazy sharp. And I always told people like the GS3X is so much sharper than the GS3, but maybe it's because my GS3 was not properly aligned, or the lens was not properly adjusted to the sensor. And that's because probably why it made this weird noise. Yeah, but super happy with it. Feels like I have a new camera. So I'm using this repaired GS3 a lot nowadays. And I paired it with a Godox flash here, IM30, which works well to fill shadows with flash. And this photo, for example, would be a silhouette without the flash. Yeah, I'm trying to use it more because, especially at days like this where the sun is shining from over your head down at like a 90-degree angle, I don't like how it looks. Usually the midday sun. So by using flash, it makes it look a bit better. Like for example here, this is without flash, this is with the flash, and it's a there's very little difference here. And this is another photo, but this one I took with the GS3X. Okay, just to show you that I took some photos this week. So, yeah, but I have already started working on my GR project zine. I'm also working on a Hamburg monochrome zine, which I'm also excited about. This might end up in this zine, who knows? I might actually make a book out of it, but I want to start with something simple. And I want to show you here, for example, here, these are photos from Munich when I was filming for the first GR project episode. I went to Munich to visit Oliver Krumes, a fellow GR ambassador. And for example, this photo I didn't show in the video, but in my zine, this could be in it because it's a nice portrait, 2019, visiting him in Munich, going to the Oktoberfest for the first time. And we also went to this Fridays for Future event. And these photos I have already edited for the zine. Yeah, a lot of photos that I have posted online but never really made something out of it. And the Oktoberfest is so much fun. Actually thinking about maybe going there again this year, because every year I think about it and end up not doing it. It's nice. Like you have to have, how do you say, you have to be okay with noise and drunk people, but at the end we ended up also drinking a bit, as you might remember from the video. But it's cool. So yeah, I have all these photos now from Munich, and I have to see if I'm going to use them all. Probably not. But for example, this one I didn't use in the video. I used this one. But I checked the raw files again, and I think I prefer this one over this one. So yeah, okay. Just wanted to show you this. And now let's edit some photos from my first ever New York trip. Okay. So this was, yeah, a cool experience. First time being in New York. And I have made a bunch of videos. You might remember the potato vlogs I did with Jason. Who else did I meet? Not too many people, actually. I made a lot of NYC SPC people on the street. There was no Polly B back then. There was no Trevor Weisskopf, or who else is like big in New York right now. But this was 2019, so these guys were maybe active, but maybe not known in the scene, or I have not heard about them at that time. So yeah, here, Christmas season. I don't know which airport this was, but this is the very first photo. And as always, I'm going to apply. I think I edited these photos in black and white first for my video. I'm still not sure if I should do black and white again. I'm just going to do my standard color processing here and then apply it to all the photos, and then I'm just going to select instead of editing the photos today, because there are a lot of photos here. This is from my whole trip. But you will see some photos you have never seen before. Maybe even some photos that I should not show. Who knows? I was not doing anything bad, so. But all photos taken with the GS3. Obviously, the GS3X was not out yet. Okay. So that should be it in terms of general adjustments. Now I'm going to apply it to all the photos. And yeah, you will see a lot of photos like this. It's loading. I'm editing from an old hard drive, and the hard drive is slow, so I should have probably copied the photos onto my main drive first. But yeah, you see a lot of these behind the scenes photos of us just hanging out, and weird photos. Not too much weirdness going on. Like you expect New York to be like crazy, and it is crazy, but this was 2 weeks before Christmas. So maybe not as crazy as summer in New York. Okay, but let's start from the top. I will just look at them, comment the photos, but we can also talk about anything else if this becomes too boring. Let me check the chat for a while here. Rico didn't listen to us. No tilt screen. Yeah, tilt screen. I don't know. I wanted one, but I'm okay with not having one. I think it would make it easier to use in some circumstances, but I would be afraid if that the GR would not feel as sturdy anymore or compact. Oh, Leica SL3S for street photography. Yeah, why not? I used it SL. It worked. SL3 is smaller, so... Will you make more videos with Bello in the future? Probably not. He's not really into photography. But as a little teaser, I haven't asked him yet, but I want to make him join one of our Street Life show episodes. Live shows. Because he's really into AI and he knows more about AI than I do, and I want to do an episode about AI and maybe bring him in as the expert. Okay. Junity, welcome. Will we ever get a monochrome only GR? Well, only time will tell. Yeah, Leica Q is it's just a bigger camera. I can't compare it to the GR. I definitely had similar struggles whenever I was bringing my GR and my Q2 when I had it. I felt like they were too similar in terms of the images. So it was either bring the Q or the GR. When you're revisiting these photos, do you edit them differently from before? For sure. I think so. I've seen, because this is I'm editing from an older hard drive, I can also see the edited versions. And for example, the Munich photos, the Oktoberfest photos, I think I have a better edit now than before. Before I had not very deep blacks and went for more of a faded look, and now I don't like that much. Which flash do I use? Currently, I use the Godox IM30. If you're referring to the Oktoberfest photos, that was with the Lightpix Lab flash Q20 from Lightpix Lab. Yeah. Moin, Bosk von Living Dreams. Okay, question about the XE5. Okay, let me start editing photos here, or looking at the photos, and then talk about my thoughts about the XE5. I was getting hyped a bit about the XE5 because I have used the XE. Oh man, this is so slow to go through the photos. I might not be able to do a lot today. Shit. Well, okay, let me talk. XE5, yeah, I was kind of... Photoshop is freezing. I was, kind of hyped on the XE5. Not that I wanted to buy one, but because I thought that on paper it sounded like the perfect street photo camera from Fujifilm. I'm disappointed with the viewfinder and the LCD screen. I think they even went with a lower resolution LCD screen compared to the XE4, which I don't really understand, maybe to save battery. They kept the old battery, which is really a shame. Sorry, gotta do some editing here. Yeah, they kept the old battery, and these are not so important, but oh yeah, this is where I landed. It was the Newark, I don't know if I pronounce it right, airport, which is a little further away than the other one, I think. Just going to save more photos, even if I don't use them all. This is still on the way to visit Jason. So I was still with my trolley and not really in shooting mode. So yeah, where was I? XC5. Yeah, really disappointed by the battery and the EVF. It's they keep using this old 2.36 something million dots viewfinder, which is fine, but 10 years ago we had cameras with the same EVF and they feel outdated nowadays. I would not enjoy using the XE5 viewfinder. Yeah, for example, 1 week ago, or was it last week? I don't remember. Maybe last week I did a group workshop and there was one guy who had Leica CL, you know, the APS-C Leica CL. And I wanted to try it because I think it was Leica's most interesting camera. And it was really cool for what it was. And it also had a 2.36 something million viewfinder, so similar viewfinder than XE5. The colors look very natural, but it was just a very small viewfinder. It does the job, but they could probably at least put in the X100 5 or 6 EVF. So yeah, that's one big reason why I would not probably buy one for myself. Is this autofocus or is my computer just slow? I think it's autofocus. Yeah, this is a very slow process today. I tried copying the photos on my main drive first, but it took too long. I didn't want to wait. Oh man, this is almost not possible, I guess. You don't see it here, but I have the spinning rainbow circle from Apple here, so can't really do anything. And then also the XC5. I mean, some parts look cool, but overall I don't like how it looks. From the front it looks fine, but if you look at it from the top, it has a weird boxy shape. It's kind of thick looking. And the film simulation dial, for me personally, would be something I would never use. I would only use it to switch between color and black and white. This little window they did so that you can see which film simulation you use. I don't know. For me, it's too gimmicky. Yeah. Of course, image quality will be more than acceptable. Even very good, probably. Oh, it's loading again. Maybe I can take these breaks when Photoshop freezes to answer comments in the chat. Fujifilm needs to bring back the X70. Yeah. I mean, part of me wishes they will never do it, because then at least we would have a competitor to the GR. But also, if they just do a miniature version of the X100, then it's not going to compete. The GR is designed for one-handed operation. It's designed for snap shooting photography, and the X70, even though totally fine camera, amazing camera, you had to operate it like you would use a bigger camera. So I don't know. I don't think they really thought about it a lot in terms of the user user experience. So yeah, kind of interesting to see these photos again, because the GR was just 6 or 7 months old, or no, longer, 8 months maybe. So it was still brand new. Well, it's freezing again. Shit, I might not able to do this. I think I have to, I'm going to export all the photos as DNGs. I mean, yeah, export them here into my hard drive, and then we have to do it again. So let me do this now. Hopefully it doesn't take super long. So raw. Let's go. Okay, now saving 651 photos. Okay, so I stayed 2 weeks probably in New York. A little over 10 days, I think almost 2 weeks. And I took 650 photos on my entire trip. That's not too bad, right? And I went out every day. So sounds how do you say, conservative? No, how do you say it? Yeah, it's not crazy. Esports Boy is here. I had the X70 in like 2016 because I know I need to. Oh, the X70 was 24 megapixels? I think it was 16. If it was 24, then it was way ahead of its time. Yeah, I'm using my old GR1 lately a lot because it has a flash. And I prefer it over all my other GRs, especially to take photos of daily life, photos of my son. Yeah, it's just so convenient to have the flash. Oh, this will take a long time here. It's still at 639 photos. Okay, now it's moving on, 38. Yeah, we have to just chat a bit here. So, Kevin was saying, I would prefer a new Nikon Coolpix A. All the modern Z camera tech in that style of compact camera would be amazing. Yeah, Coolpix, I would also get rid of that name. Yeah, I mean, if Nikon would make a compact camera, I would definitely be interested because I'm already so invested in Nikon. It would be so cool if they could make an in-between of the GR and the X100, or maybe an X100-like camera, but but with the Nikon Z technology. You know, yeah, I'm just reading this comment here about the film simulation window. It's cute, but I would rarely use it. Yeah, it is cute. It's kind of fun, but I would definitely put a tape over it so I don't think about it. It also looks weird. It's not really you don't really see the entire dial. You only see what's in this small little window. So you have to memorize where the film simulation is that you want to go to. Ricoh GR, same size with Fujifilm X100 series and interchangeable lens, weather sealed. It must be nice. Yeah, I know. I have actually during this trip when I was in New York, at that time product manager from Japan, he was also in the city somehow, and we met up for dinner with Matthias Wasik, who I was filming with. And I think I was proposing this idea to him back then already. I'm sure it's not the first time they heard it, but I thought it would make sense to have another line. But, back then Ricoh had not made these amazing sales. The GR2 and 1, I think they sold well, but definitely not as much as the GR3. So they probably didn't have the funds or the budget or the capital or whatever to invest in a new line. Maybe in the future they will risk it. I think it's going to be successful if they do it. For sure. They already know how to make small, super sharp lenses. If they could make small autofocus lenses in the size of the GR, but make it interchangeable so that you can have a GR3 lens and a GR3X lens, but have a body with a Ricoh mount. Maybe even use adapters to adapt Pentax lenses, or I don't know. Could be fun. With snap focus, of course. With the autofocus lenses then. And then they can include an EVF or OVF, weather sealing, bigger battery, maybe tilt screen. Maybe they call it GR Pro. That would be so cool. Oh, I think I've just finished saving my photos. Really? This fast? Okay. Let me check. Yeah, cool. Okay, I will eject this old drive because I don't want it to be running in the background. It's also pretty old. These are drives from 2019. I should probably not put them under this heavy workload. Okay. Now it should be much faster to edit the photos. Fujifilm is trendy now. If you don't have one now, you aren't cool. Yeah, maybe. I read a lot of comments that sound like that have a similar view. That Fujifilm doesn't care, so they make the prices high and make cameras that appeal to the social media generation, the TikTokers. Okay, back to Photoshop. Boom. Now should be much faster to go through the photos. Oh yes. Nice. So let's go down. Okay, I think I was here. Oh, this is kind of nice. Cozy. Yeah, so in the beginning of the stream, I was talking about this idea to make a zine about all the photos that I took during the GR project, which I'm doing right now to edit some old photos to put them in a zine maybe. And it doesn't need to be street photography. It can also be just snapshots I took during the trip. So this could also be in it, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we probably had dinner here. Okay, this one is maybe boring. Super dark. That's why you need a flash. This looks so New York to me. Like the brick buildings, the chess tables. So, yeah. I don't know. Nah. Yeah, I remember taking these in black and white, and they probably look much cooler in black and white. Ta-da. But I'm not really editing them, how they will end up in the zine, just to see what I have. Select some photos. I don't know. Wow, why is this so dark? Boring, kind of boring. Yeah, I will check the chat real quick. I rented a Leica Q and Q3 for jobs and personal work. Great quality, but sorry, too complicated menus. Complicated menus? Everyone says they are so simple. Autofocus issues and wouldn't use it for work. The lens is simply the best so far ever seen. Yeah, I can relate to this experience. I have shot a wedding with the Q2 and it was fun. It worked, it was fine. But I was very scared because no backup and autofocus would sometimes be too slow. A question. I'm trying to leave Adobe. How is your workflow to DNG? Huh? How is your exporting to DNG workflow work? I'm using Photoshop Camera Raw, so I can just export any RAW file into a DNG format, and I have never used any other RAW developer outside of Photoshop and Lightroom, so I don't know. I think DNG is probably a format that works on most editing softwares, but that's my workflow. I don't use any other software. But the Ricoh files are already DNG, so you don't need to convert them. What's up, Aprem? My zine has been in the sequencing stage for like 2 years. Yeah, that's what's happening with my book project, which I started in 2020 or 21, and I'm still in the sequencing phase. That's why I'm now making easier, more, how do you say, easier zines that where I don't need to make hard decisions, or where it's okay if it's not perfect. It's too dark. No. I don't know, maybe. Oh, German street photography shot. So, oh, no. Ah, yeah, this one I like. This one I will definitely use. So yeah, I think these are mostly from Chinatown. This was very cool lighting here. Let's see. Oh yeah, so by the way, I know David is watching. What's up, David? My friend David, he just recently went to New York. He showed me his photos yesterday. Maybe you've seen it, seen one of his photos on my Instagram story. No, I just had to think about it because we were talking about his experience, and when I was in New York, I felt like, even though there are not like amazing photos here, but it's so easy to just take photos of people that walk towards you or on the same street. Yeah, and he had made a similar discovery, or in his opinion, it's also easier because there's more going on, more crazy people, but also people care less. Yeah, and definitely he thought it was easier than doing street photography in Germany or in Hamburg. And we often wonder how all those New York street photographers would photograph in our city, in Germany, because it might actually be difficult for them. I think they will just do it because they just do it because it's they haven't experienced the German stare downs and thinking they know their rights. Karens. Yeah, we're always wondering, like, how would like a Trevor Weisskopf, for example, who would he take photos in Hamburg? Oh, right. Is he out of focus? Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, this was in Jason's old studio, which was close to Chinatown. Yeah, this is also kind of behind the scenes, but this is not part of the GR project, but it's part of the trip, so who knows, maybe I might use something like this. Ah yeah, because you can see me here taking selfies in the reflection of this is kind of nice. This is, I think something like this in the zine would be fun because it reminds readers of the zine that I was using a GR the whole time. I had so much fun with this reflection. Trying to look serious. Oh yeah, here. This is the cover of the zine. Oh, this is cool. This looks almost like a portrait. Well, it is portrait light, so it's nice. Yeah, really cool. Okay, and at night, always amazing light here from the street lights. Must be nice to have a space like this. I think he has a... I haven't talked to him in a while actually, but I think I know he moved to a bigger space. His dog Taquido. Yeah, I'm kind of getting in the flow here, so let me check the chat to show you some love, to give you some love. Oh, no new comments. Okay, I see. Then I will just continue then. Yeah, for me everything was interesting because I know this is not something specific to New York, but we don't have these in Hamburg. I don't know what this is, but Leica cameras in a GR project zine. That's... We can't do that. Oh, maybe one. Challenging my inner William Eggleston here. Oh, look how nice this looks. How cool would it be here? Have some kids playing basketball with the reflections and the snow. Oh, I don't remember this. Yeah, New York when it's snowing. Definitely nice. There was a crazy snowstorm. I don't know if it was this day. Really crazy snowstorm. But as you can see, I did not worry about the lack of weather sealing. Wow. There's nothing happening here, but the lines and everything, the texture, I like it. Oh, if I would have already had the GS3X back then. Oh yeah, I remember now what I was doing this day. You know, when I was filming the GR Project series, for every episode I would spend 1 or 2 days just roaming the city, filming clips of the city for the intro. And of course I would take some photos as well. But I was definitely filming some B-roll here for the intro. Yeah, because I would usually spend at least a week in every city so that I have time to film lots of B-roll. So many colors. Oh yeah, B&H. I went to B&H here. Yeah, even something like this is nice. I like it. I know I have another photo of this kind of thing. Yeah. Nope. Oh, David, are you still watching? Because he showed me some of his New York photos. He sent me a link. And he photographed a family, and everyone was wearing, like, I think like something like this, like dolls in a box as a backpack. This reminds me of that. Almost looks like the same. Yeah, I don't like this. The flares that the GR3 produces. They are so, let's say, not pleasant looking. Is she looking at me? Oh yeah. Oh man, winter light is so nice. No. Oh yeah, and I was using, you guys know the filter you can put on the GR3 lens, also GS3X from JJC. It's just a UV filter that you can, with a tape around it, and you can put it directly onto the lens. I was using that, and I think these flares come from the JJC filter. But I only noticed or realized that the filter was doing this when I was back home, and then I removed it because I really don't like these flares. Yo, Liban, joining the gang. I'm editing photos of my first ever and only New York trip in 2019. Because I want to make a zine about the GR project videos I did. So a zine with photos I took during the filming of the 4 episodes. And I'm revisiting all the photos I took in New York. This is kind of interesting. I don't even remember half of the photos. What? Did I do this on purpose? as view. Ha 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 ha. It's not really funny because it's nothing connects to this. But I'm gonna keep it anyways. Nah. Nope. Yeah, here I was still not filming the episode yet. And I was also shooting film. Yeah, I remember I brought my Minolta CLE with me. So I would also shoot film a lot. Oh, this looks cool. And I've never seen these photos in color. Or not in a long time because I have edited them all in black and white for my video. And some photos I really don't remember. I remember I was filming a potato vlog, yeah. I had a GoPro on my chest, on my camera. I think I was out here by myself. Oh no, I wasn't. What is this? Let's save it. Oh yeah, here. This was what's the store's name? Sam's Camera or something like that. We went here to have our film developed, and I forgot the name. Sam's Camera or something like that. Run by a Chinese guy, and yeah, it was cool. He didn't really scan my photos right, but that was okay. It's not really sharp. Nah. I like how all these photos look like a tourist took them. I was a tourist, but they feel so touristy. Oh, the light is so cool. think this is isn't this one judge that passed away during the pandemic? Yeah, probably. Skipping a few photos here. Oh, interesting. I remember photos I took on film here, but not on the GI. I totally don't remember this. No, the ones on film were better because there were some children posing in front of this store, and then right next to this homeless guy. Ah yeah, here's Takeshi Arai, the product manager from Rico back then. Not anymore, I think. What is this? I never really used Flash on my GR before. I mean, no, that's not true. On my GS3, I mean. So here I was just playing, having fun. Taking these weird photos. But you know, a photo like this could also fit into the zine. It's just like, huh? Why do you choose this? Why not? I think we're almost done. Huh? But I took way more photos. Where's the rest? There's so many missing. Maybe on another in another folder. Yeah, there was this girl on the subway, and she had also a Leica around her neck, and we talked to her, and then Jason's phone, I think, was out of battery, so we... Oh no, I think I was out of battery. We wanted to send her photos or contact her. Remember. Fujifilm. And here I'm back on my way to the airport. Huh. Okay, but where are... Huh? There's so many photos missing. Okay, we are done. Yeah, I have to search for the other photos because all the photos I took during the day when we shot the interview with Matthias, they are not in here. So, strange. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to save these now. I want to at least finish editing all the New York photos. Raw edited. Boom. I also haven't saved all these photos into my... I haven't properly archived them also into my cloud. I haven't done it yet, so I always wanted to do that. So this gives me an opportunity to finally take care of it. So, sorry I haven't checked the chat, but not so many messages. But new people here and familiar faces. What's up, Timiki? Okay, what's going on? About some match. Guten Abend aus Buenos Aires. Guten Abend zurück. Brooklyn girl Linda is here. Hello from the US. Hello to you. How are you doing? Yeah, editing photos from New York for my first trip to the US. First and only trip. so far, unfortunately. Because I want to make something with the photos. All the GR project photos. I'm now saving my selection. And I have to look for the other photos because I have way more. I must have saved the photos I took for the episode into one of my YouTube folders. So yeah, I have to check them. But I'm still waiting here for my photos to be saved. And yeah, if you're all just tuning in, normally I edit photos I took during the week. I have already finished all the photos I took, editing all the photos I took this week, and I have some spare time at the moment, or let's say I don't really have spare time, but I have no deadlines to meet, no projects, no jobs, nothing. I should make content for my channel, but I want to figure out some zine ideas, make small little projects out of existing work just to do it, because I never do it, and I know I will just never do it if I don't start. That's the idea. So today and next week, and probably the next weeks, you might see me editing these zines. Actually this week, so this coming week, I will go and make some prints. And then I will meet with David again, because he also wants to make a zine out of his New York images from his New York trip he just went to and did. And we want to, use his office for an editing session. So just bring prints, put them on the table, on the ground, spend a day just moving photos around. And that's probably, that will for sure be helpful. Not probably, for 100% this will be better than doing it at home alone. So yeah, but once I have my selection, I will probably use Miro or some software to do it digitally again, and you can also see that process then. Maybe next week I already have a sequence, and then you can see how it comes together. Okay, 100 more photos remaining. Have to wait. How many people are watching? 39. Oh no, concurrent viewers. Total views 452. Chat rate 0. What does it mean, 0? There's definitely a chat going on. Yeah, I don't really do these streams for performance, to grow my channel. This is just for existing viewers, for a few who just want to see what's going on, who still care. Am I done? Oh yeah, I'm done. Okay. So now I'm looking for the rest. Marco, moin moin. Moin moin zurück. Ich gehe mal davon aus, du bist dann auch aus Norddeutschland. Vielleicht sogar aus Hamburg. Lass es uns wissen. So. Soll ich mal auf Deutsch weitermachen? Okay, ich gucke gerade hier. I'm looking through my archive now. YouTube, GR Project, Matthias Wasig, GS3 Snaps. Waiting for my hard drive to load the photos. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, I found all the photos, all the raw files. I'm now going to, open them first. This will take a while because, or maybe I should just going to copy them onto my faster drive. And then we can edit the photos from that one day I was filming. 8 gigabytes. Okay, should not take too much time. Let's see what the chat is doing. How about a Brauerei photo tour session? What? I don't know what that means, but if I go back to the Oktoberfest in Munich this year, then we can combine that with the Oktoberfest. Should I maybe do an Oktoberfest photo walk at the Oktoberfest? Like not a workshop, not a meetup, just let's shoot together, have a crazy day at the Oktoberfest. Could be fun, right? I wonder if you can still take photos as freely as I was able to do it in 2019. I haven't been back to it since then. Okay, what's going on here? After getting the lens fixed on the GS3, would you say the sharpness is similar to the X? Yes, I think it's similar, if not the same. I still think that the GS3X has more clearness. It's hard to explain. The GS3X files feel more clear. I don't know. But now that my GS3 was fixed and has a completely new lens inside, they probably adjusted it to the sensor, made sure it's aligned properly. It now is super sharp, and it really made a big difference. Especially wide open, it's crazy sharp. And I know for my first GS3, because the one I fixed was not my first, that was the Street Edition. My first camera was of course the regular GS3. That one was fine. And once I made a video comparing it to a Leica lens and found out that all the GR cameras have most sharpness when you shoot them wide open. When you stop them down, even at f8, some diffraction is already starting to happen. And yesterday it was very sunny. Some photos I took at f11, f16, then it's not that sharp anymore. But that's normal. So if you can try to shoot it wide open, then you have the best sharpness and micro contrast and all that stuff. But then you also have shallow depth of field. Okay, I'm still waiting for my photos to transfer. 2 more gigabytes, then we should be done. This is only because my old archive drives are very slow. That's why I have to copy them onto my work drives. Then we will edit one more session and then end the stream. Oh, I missed a question here or suggestion from Danny. Sam, would be great to see how you sequence the photos for your zines and perhaps explain why you sequence as such. Yes, I think I already mentioned something like that. So now I just have to see what I can work with, and then next step is to start sequencing. So, and for sure, I also want to share that process. I think this is very useful and fun, and then I can get real-time feedback from you. Maybe we can put together like images and you can help me find the best pair. So it would make sense. Good. Done. I'm now throwing out my archive drives. And now opening the raw files in, no, not these ones. Yeah, these ones. Opening Photoshop again. Ooh, interesting question. Will you maybe in the future share how you color grade your videos? It's not that exciting. Also, I don't think a lot of people are interested unless I make it all about cinematic color grading. But I don't think people who watch my channel are interested. I don't do much. When I film with my Fujis, I use the Eternal Film Simulation. Do some slight contrast, highlight, shadow, curve correction. And lately I've been filming with my Nikon ZF a lot. And then I just use rich tone portrait, dynamic range boost, or however it's called. And again, just tone curve. That's it. Okay, Photoshop, let's go. So, more photos from New York. This one is, you can see that I have already some edits applied here from back then. So yeah, I was editing a lot of photos into black and white. Yeah, using my own presets. Look at that, Chrome standard. I don't really use my own presets anymore because I have better profiles now. Yeah, this time I will completely ignore my old edits. I will do what I always do. Again, use my Cobalt Ricoh GR profiles. Positive film at around 30%. A little bit of highlight and shadow recovery. White mid-tone boost. Another mid-tone boost here. Slight mid-tone boost here as well. This is GR3, so vignette correction on, distortion no, because I don't care about distortion. But vignetting is annoying sometimes. And then sharpness just a tiny bit down. Okay. And apply it to all the photos. Boom. Let's go. So, this one, yes. Yeah, my guest in this episode was Matthias Wasik, fellow German who lives in New York. Co-founder, I think, from the NYC SPC collective. So this is definitely a BTS shot that will go into the zine. Why not? This is where we met in Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn Linda, are you still here? Do you actually live in Brooklyn? Yeah, was a weird place. We just met here at a coffee shop. I don't think he lives here. Then we took the ferry. Yeah, not much happened. And then we just walked in Manhattan, and yeah, it's pretty much yeah, very easy to just have people in front of your camera. Huh? Is this guy looking at me? Oh yeah. Yeah, this was exactly the New York I was hoping to see. Having seen New York a lot in movies, and of course, especially like Home Alone. This reminded me of that so much. Huh. It's kind of nice. See, this I don't like. If someone looks into the camera and smiles, it ruins something for me. Oh, this has an... I have a little story to share here, a cool story. Like when I included this photo in the episode, and someone knew this guy here. And so this person was commenting and saying that he knew this guy and that they worked together or something like that, and that it was nice that I captured him in his natural environment, basically. I don't know if this guy ever got to see this photo, but yeah. Yeah, basically you're surfing around crowds, and that's just so easy to do in New York and with a GR. Especially when the light is hitting you from behind. So people who are in front of you, they don't really see you. That's why, yeah, if you have an interesting character in the middle, then it's always interesting to look at. But probably a lot of tourists here as well. I like this because of the shopping bags. Yeah, I don't know. Trump! I met the real Trump. No, I did not. I think everyone knows this guy. I think David also took photos of him. Yeah, that was 2019. Was he already in office? Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, these flares, they're so ugly. I think after this day, I took the filter off. I was using this JJC UV filter on my GS3. It looks so bad. I mean, converted into black and white, high contrast, and suddenly it's art. Like, I think I did it for this one. Here, let's use like a T-Max. Yeah, something like this, and then go crazy with the clarity. It's like, I don't know, Daido Murayama style, or hey, okay. Oh, Matthias took a cool photo here. This one is kinda similar, but I think his one is better. It also kind of works. This lady on the left is distracting. I would probably crop her out then. So maybe like this. Could work. Okay. Or just him. Trump in the shadows. But you don't know it. You don't really see it. Oh. Okay. Yeah, this was obviously in front of the Trump tower. I like this one, kind of. You only see his profile and yeah, maybe even crushing the blacks could be cool here, because then you only have his profile from the side and it's already easy to tell who he is, who this is. Maybe even do a tighter crop, I don't know. Or maybe just a little bit. It's almost like this guy was blessed by him. Yeah, because of the sun rays or the flares. Looks kind of like he's getting the blessing from Trump. Yeah, nasty flares here. Let's make this black and white. Same edit. Huh? Oh. Okay. Dido style. Why not? No. Oh, I like that she's holding a Starbucks coffee cup. It's just more American details for me. I know it's not special, but this probably also looks cool in black and white. BTS photo. Sorry, I'm neglecting the chat. Will you receive the Ricoh GR4 early, or do they not send them out earlier to creators? So, first of all, for them, I'm not just a creator. Sorry. Okay, to answer your question, 100% yes, I will be getting my hands on it as soon as they will send one to Europe. I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure I will be involved in making some content for the Ricoh GR channel as well. And of course, to make something on my channel. But yeah, I for sure have first dibs on the GR4. And I don't know when, but expect me to create some content with it before the camera comes out. In terms of sending it out to other creators, Ricoh does not really do that usually. They send the camera out maybe like a week before the release or right after the release. They send it out to people to make little announcement videos or reviews. Like Petapixel will probably get one, or I don't think they're going to send it out to a lot of people. They don't usually do that. But maybe this time is different. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I can't talk about anything concrete because I also don't know anything concrete. But I have some projects that I pitched to them, but don't know if we are going to do it or not. This in black and white, maybe? I don't know. these flares. What are they eating? Oh, this was crazy, this scene. Matthias has a cool photo of this. This guy was like freaking out, like, no, you gotta believe me now. He was so panicking, paranoid. And I think this is 42nd Street. And that's a place where everyone goes even when the sun is down. It's still very busy and you have lots of light because of all the street lights. But I'm not sure if this is... No, it's not 42nd Street. You can see it here. I think it's close. It might be it. Yeah, it's for sure it. And we'll see what I mean later. Ah, now we are at Times Square. Hmm. Yeah, that was that meeting. Oh, who took this photo of me? Look at me, young Samuel, street life. My hair looks... Oh, that was when I started to let my hair grow. Maybe? No. Yeah, we reached the end. Okay. Save images. Oh, done. Samuel, do you know if the lens retract mechanism of the GR4 is different to the one of the GR3? More quiet, faster, or so? No idea. Looks to be the same. I have no idea. Hopefully faster. They did make it faster with the GR3 compared to the previous version. I have no idea. There's no info. There was also no info on that in the press release, and I only know what's in the press release. So Puffin Guy says, I'm very hyped for the GR4. I haven't owned a single GR camera. Oh, but I might actually get a 4. I'll wait a little to see how people react to it. Yeah, I mean, if you have to, no. Yeah, you can wait, of course, but then you have to wait 6 more years or so for the next one. So at least you know that even after 2 or 3 years, you can still buy the current GR and it will stay relevant for a long time. Cool. Yeah. Happy to have made your Sunday less boring. Good. I'm done. I mean, I haven't saved JPEGs yet, but that's okay. I just wanted to save the raw files, my selection basically, and then I will have to edit them, make JPEGs out of them. Yeah, and then do this again. I have photos from Santiago de Compostela I have to edit as well. So that's what I'm going to do this week. All right, I'm done. Thanks for hanging out. And hopefully I didn't miss any comments, questions. Welche Linse hat denn ja, genau. Welche Linse hat keine Diffraktion? Cool. Okay. Yeah, see you next Sunday. And have a good start into your week. What is this here? What is this? Oh man. Time for bed.